Oh shit. Hello, hello, hi, hi. Not where I know you from, but I hope you have a great stream. Wait, I recognize this name. Hold on, you are... Are you Lumi's friend? Lumi Pop? Am I remembering that right? But hello, hello, welcome, welcome, thank you. Thank you for the well wishes. I hope you're well as well. Oh, right, yeah, I think... Let's see. I think it was a chain together stream. That's why I barely remember you, because I was losing my mind. I think I remembered enough though. I do think I remembered enough. Forgot I followed you when you did that chain together stream. Yeah, right? Oh my god. I... Yeah. That was painful. That one hurt me. That one hurt me a lot, actually. But yes, how are you? How are you? And also welcome. Welcome to the stream. It's a slow Monday. Some of the community have been pushing me to stream on Mondays and do a little just chatting thing, a little read aloud thing. So here I am. We're doing that for the first time today, actually. Ugh. But yeah. Do I call you Avra? Did I say that right? Please tell me if I said it wrong. Tell me how to pronounce that properly if I said it wrong. Oh, and speaking of which, oh my god. I forgot I have a new lighting now. Hold on. You get to be the first person to ever see this outside of me. It's been bugging me for the longest time because I feel like I stick out like a sore thumb in this background. No, you said it right? Awesome. That's great. Check this out. There we go. Don't I fit in so much better now? I've also been wanting to do a reading stream. Real. Yeah, I've been straying away from it for a while, but like I kept getting asked, so here I am. Here I am. It really is just like a glorified like just chatting stream, because I can chat with, well, anybody who stops by for ages, you know, but it helps to actually have something to read. Wait, that's so good. Thank you. I finally get to like, I get to show off all of the all of my shiny bits. Make everything glow a little, you know? I was working on it earlier today and I was like, wait, this is actually like, this turned out pretty well. I think I blend in. What you reading? Let's see. Well, funny story. I let my viewers decide and they voted on bedtime stories. Speaking of which, shameless plug incoming. If you would like, you can join the Moon Garden. It's my little server and you could also vote on things to read. Oh, Def, it looks so good. Thank you. It means a lot. Oh, I'm so glad like I don't have to... I feel like your first impression of me was during Chain Together and I was like super high energy. It's a Monday night. I think I needed this too. Just to like interact, just to, I don't know, be a little more low energy and not have to like scream and crack jokes and yell. Like I'll still do that stuff, but it's a little different, you know? New mood lighting, I like it. Thank you. Hi, Cherry. Cherry, how are you? But yes, Avra, we will be reading bedtime stories tonight. I picked out, I have like the entire collection of like Grimm Brothers, the Brothers Grimm fairy tales. I know they're not exactly bedtime stories, but like, you know, we'll make it work. I wanted something like sort of interesting as well. Yeah, it's chill, right? Oh god. But yeah, it's just you and me and a bunch of really messed up stories. And I'll probably be like chatting with you guys in between too. But I guess we're still sort of in the pre-stream. So I'll just be vibing out. I'll be talking to you guys. Ugh. I do the same for my spicy time readings and let everyone else pick which book for the week. Real. Oh, so like you do like, this is like a regular thing for you already. Oh my goodness. Well, hey, we gotta support each other. So let's get a quick shout out to Avro over here. Overwatch 2 gamer, oh my goodness. I haven't played Overwatch 2 in a long time, actually. Like a really long time. Oh wait, no. Aw man, like a shout out is the least I could do. Gotta support each other in this space. But that being said, holy shit, Overwatch. Arenas is fun. Arenas is super fun. I played like a few times, but like outside of that, like I haven't really played much Overwatch lately. Actually, here, why don't I ask for a small, quick opinion when you're doing like your story time? Yeah, like, do you have music running in the back? Because I'm like, I feel like for a just chatting stream, right? I think music makes a lot of sense if you're just chatting with people and you're vibing. But I feel like for a read aloud stream, it's a little different. I don't know if like I necessarily want to like run tunes in the back. I'm just chained to small indie company Blizzard. Yeah, no, that's real. I do, but it's quite low. I see. I see. I'm thinking. Might run some royalty-free music in the back then. Maybe, just maybe. Just have that running for a little bit. But yeah, I'm thinking for Monday streams, I hang out, I chill, I yap, I talk. I feel like at some point it stops being about like what you read and it starts being about just like running your mouth a little bit as a streamer, you know? So I'll hang out with you guys. More like mute or like moody music, because I haven't done an actual reading stream. I see. Yeah, that makes sense though. That makes sense. First things first, chat. We need to add an audio source. Next, we need to, why don't we run some music? Why don't I run something? I have a redeem that's like, make me read a spicy page from a romance book. Ooh. Oh my god, how do you... I'm gonna be honest, I've had at least... No, that's a lie. That's a gross underestimation, but at least one request for like spicy time reading. And I'm not quite sure like what TOS is like for that. Like how spicy are we talking? I feel like it gets to a point where I'm like reading words on a page and I'm like, holy shit, I'm going to get TOS'd. Like this is my last stream ever. Someone's gonna report me and it's gonna be over, you know? Okay, surely I don't get struck for this, right? Surely I don't get struck for playing some Ghibli Ghibli jazz in the back. Just a little something. I don't know if this is the mood though. Is this the moon? I mean, it's okay. It's okay for now, considering I was gonna raw dog this and not do any, like, music at all. It's not terrible. From what I read of the TOS, as long as it's not too graphic, it's fine. Oh, okay, okay. Honestly, you know what? No, I'm willing to take my chances. I've done worse on this stream. That's a lie. Is that a lie? Oh, you'll never know. You'll never know. I didn't archive any of my VODs. How would you know? How would you ever know? Somebody here, like, somebody in chat sooner or later will attest that I probably said worse at some point, but we don't have to worry about that. Not at all. Nice little Monday. I know it's, let's see. The first is tomorrow, so if you're Canadian, you're celebrating Canada Day. If you're in the States, you're celebrating what? Independence Day on the 4th? Or please tell me I got that right. But yeah, so this is gonna be a bit of a wonky week, I think. Sort of like in and out of like holidays and stuff. Hi Yuki, hi, how are you? How are you? Hey look, check out the new lighting. This is what it looked like before. Can you believe I was like raw dogging it like this the entire time? Holy shit, holy shit. Anyways, back to this. I blend in so well. How are you though? How are you? What time is it over there anyways right now? Is this a case of you staying up late, or is this a case of you waking up early? Ugh, holy shit, the stuff that they be writing in dark romance though? Oh my goodness, chat, I'll let you in on a tiny little secret. I actually used to be an editor for stuff like that. Like the betrayal, I know. You thought it was like females writing for the female gaze. Sorry, but it was me, Blue, making mad cash on very, very spicy stuff. Staying up late? Ah, I see. Well, hey, look, we can stay up together. Why'd you stop? Well, I stopped because, oh my god, the lighting even on the head pad? Are you seeing this? That's crazy. Why'd I stop? Well, long story short, we mismanaged a bunch of contracts. I say we, I was just an editor. So I was at the mercy of the contract too. But somebody in management fucked up really bad. Like really, really bad. So we just the group I was working with, we lost reputation real bad. Also, how are you, sweets? Hey, hi, how are you? So we lost our contracts, which meant I didn't have any work anymore, which meant I obsessively started making this VTuber here, and now what am I doing, guys? Moondroid gains consciousness halfway through a stream. But yes, how are you, sweets? How are you this fine Monday night? It's like 8 AM, staying out for real. Holy shit, Avra. Oh my goodness. Wait, it's 8 AM for you. You're staying up. Hey, well, we're all in it together. I'm good, how have you been? I've been doing good. This is nice, actually. Just hanging out, just chilling. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Today has been a day. Today has been one fucking hell of a day. And I'm glad I get to sit here and not have to be like all high octane, like screaming at like an Elden Ring boss or something. It's nice to like just hang out, you know, and be like this with you guys, because this is sort of how I normally am, you know? Ugh. Feel like they're always looking for editors, no? Perhaps could go back into that bridge? Maybe. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't like seriously looked, and also like, guys, when I say I worked on spicy stuff, I mean I worked on like spicy stuff. All of you female gooners, I know what you're into. Alright? Alright, I was working on that stuff. You can't hide from me, I know what you are. You little creatures, all of you. I read spicy, oh, I worked on spicy stuff. Like spicy stuff. Like stuff that if I actively described right now, as Avra has warned, I would probably get TOS'd. Like, it was bad. It was incredibly bad. And funnily enough, I was actually sort of good at it because I started reading the reviews on stuff like I edited, and it was like, it was insane. You guys are so down bad. You guys are so fucking down bad, it's crazy. And it got to the point where like, I got like specifically requested for like projects to work on them, which was like sort of flattering, but also at the same time I was like, damn, like I don't even know how to like, you know what I mean? Like, this is basically like, this is just smut. That's like all this is. So my book recommendation type stuff, probably. Ahahaha, I know what you are. I know what you are. I know what all of you are. You fucking female gooners. Do you feel betrayed? Do you feel betrayed when it's not like a woman working on your stuff? Is it weird knowing that it's like a guy like me? I worked on it too for men? No way, seriously. What is the... Like, from last I checked, like the demographic is like pretty fucking skewed, no? Like what? Is there like a big audience for like men? Like smut? Because I always assumed, I mean, I worked on all of like the female gaze stuff. And like, also, I'm a guy. I feel like at some point they would have made me work on something that was like for the guys, no? What kind of spicy stuff we talking about though? Some haunting Adeline stuff or more like some dragon fucking kind of stuff? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm talking like as smutty as you could possibly get. I'm talking you know how like the meme is that you watch certain videos and the joke is that you watch it for the plot because there's no plot at all. It's crazy because I was like a traditional editor. Like I was a dialogue editor and I was like a line editor. So I came from like a very like narrative focused background, or at the very least like one where like there was a real emphasis on like plot and like character interaction, you know? And then they tossed me into this and they were like, hey, so we just wanna you know, get you working on like 150 chapters of like some poor girl getting like stuffed. That's all I'm gonna say. If I say any more, it's bad. Like I can't say anymore. May have about 300 bucks out. Afra. Yo, self-report right here. Men get into some freak shit, not a great experience. I can imagine men get into some freak shit, but normally men watch freak shit. They don't like read freak shit. You know what I'm talking about? Did voice narration for that? Really? Oh, that's interesting. That's really interesting. No way. I know what you are, Yuki. No, I'm joking. I read both books. Insanity. Actual insanity. Oh, my chat. Oh, my moon children are gooners. They're all literary gooners. Guys, should I have the 18+ tag on for the stream? I feel like we've gotten into territory where that might actually have to be a tag. I don't mind talking about this stuff. I mean, I literally worked in the industry. Not like that. You know what I mean. I literally just told you. But yes. Okay, we're gonna... Alright. Big Kids Club. Big Kids Club time. Where are my tags? 18+. That's not how you spell plus. There we go. You've been warned. Whoever joins, you've been warned. I would, just to make sure. I have it because I curse a lot. Yeah, that's fair. We got some good kids in the Moon Garden though. I lock the screen door and I make him play in the back. But I'm pretty sure there are at least a few of my moon children who are not ready to have these conversations. So typically speaking, like, I'll try to keep things entertaining and not necessarily family friendly, but just straying away from, like, explicitly adult stuff like this. But like, if I'm going to get into like a full conversation with you guys about this stuff, then I'll have to put on the tag, you know? Like, I think that's the line in the sand for me. Also because I play BG3 and it's something else. Ooh, we got a BG3 gamer. Guys, can I confess something to you? I fucking love Baldur's Gate. I love Baldur's Gate, but I haven't gotten past Act 2. I'm at the very end of Act 2 and I got so busy. Like, ever since this whole VTuber thing started, like, I've been obsessively working on all of this stuff. Or just burned out, you know? Like, all of my time, just this. And it's like, I don't know about you guys. But like, I get the creative juices flowing when I'm alone, you know? A lot of my best creations have been when I've been like obsessively working on something like in a cave, like a fucking, you know, like one of those like starving artists for like 2 weeks. But like, I'm also an extrovert. So then I spend time like with friends, or even this, like I view this as like social time in a sense. Ah, that's a sentence boost. I know. My mind, it works in mysterious ways. I've been putting together unique sentences all the time. Are you seeing this shit? My mind is literally working faster than my tongue right now. Pause. Next question. You have nudity on? Surely, if you're playing Baldur's Gate, you gotta have nudity on. Come on. I mean, if you're like, don't get me wrong, if you're like Ace or something, right, and that shit like grosses you out, to each their own. But if you're just like, oh no, oh my goodness, no, Yiddies on my screen, like, come on. Too scared to get TOS? Yeah, that's real, right? That is real, I do understand that, Avra. An extrovert. Be gone, demon. Come on, have you seen me talk your ear off? Haven't you, chat? I could talk your ear off forever. I could be yapping to you like this in person. This is not just like a blue to chat thing. I do this to everyone. Can't, I'm severely introverted. Well, hey, I think it works out because you guys are over there in, you know, in chat. You're like a healthy distance away in the Moon Garden and I'm here and we can chat. And I can just sort of get all of the social juices out. But yeah, it's so weird. Everything that like I'm really passionate about, I need to be alone for. That's just sort of how I work anyways. Like, I can't be like talking to someone and socializing heavily. Because it just gets in the way of like a lot of my creative process. But then at the end of the night, I'm like, shit, I need to talk to someone. Like, I need to hang out with someone or like socialize or like go out and see people or whatever. And it's like, there's never enough time in the day, you know? TOS though. Oh, you play it on stream? No way. No way, no way. Okay, well, I mean, at that point, you know. Yeah, I don't blame you. What a shame though, what a shame. Who'd you end up romancing? Who did you have to, like, willingly censor? This is so sad. Fun fact, I couldn't have talked to you if Banana didn't play with us that day. Oh, I see, I see. Yeah, I think Yuki can attest, actually. I interact like like this to even people I meet for the first time. I feel like socially, like, I'm fairly savvy. I feel like I just be getting along. Blue, you got juices out alone. That's the second time I've said so. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. You know what I mean though. You know what I mean. Yup, exactly, exactly. This is just, you know, this is what you get. This is like, there's no facade here for the most part, you know, it's just you and me. I am blue. That is all. Take a wild guess. I don't know. Oh. What about, are you this goes one of two ways. Are you a Shart enjoyer? Or is it like Asterion? I mean, everyone loves Asterion. My sister and I screamed in your ear. You guys did. That shit was so funny. So funny, so funny. It was fun, it was fun. It was a vibe. Vampire dude, Asterion, yeah. And I appreciate the talkative you, but I gotta go. Yeah, of course, of course. Hey, be well, sweets, be well. It's been great seeing ya. I will be here. I will be yapping and reading. Actually, guys, there is so much yapping going on right now that I might actually... Yeah, I already changed the stream title because I'm just yapping right now. Once I actually start reading, I'll change it back to I read you sleep instead of I yap you sleep, you know? But until then, we chill. Be well, be well. Yes, have a great, great night, sweets. Oh. But yeah, I don't know, who else is there? I feel like if you guess Shart and Asterion, like you nail like 90% of the population, you know? Or like their first playthrough at least. I know some people, like, they get adventurous and then they end up romancing whoever. Karlach is a big one too, but I feel like Karlach isn't as popular, you know? Asterion, yeah, I'm not being the romance book tuck girly allegations. Oh no. Oh, that being said, there's an ad right now. Oh god, oh lord, oh god. Alright, I feel like the ad has ended soon. Next time I'm gonna ask to play like 2 days beforehand. Honestly. All things considered, especially now that I have like another like stream day in, like penciled in, yeah. Yeah, honestly, I might actually have to like pencil you in. I'd have to like, you know, get the ball rolling with that. I think advance notice would be good for Banana too, just because, you know? I know he's got work and stuff. I saw earlier today in the chat that he was working when you asked. But yeah, holy shit, Asterion. Alvaro, honestly, I can't blame you. Asterion's like, he was made for the girlies, come on. He hear me out. I've said this so many times to so many people, and I will die on this hill. What? What hill are we dying on? We still talking about Asterion or what? I want Raphael to be romanceable? Oh, you're one of those. I don't mean that in a bad way, but you know exactly what I mean when I say that, because you understand too. Because deep down somewhere you understand exactly the kind of person that you are, and I respect it. I do in fact respect it. Raphael's he's very suave, you know, and he's got a gilded tongue. He's got a little bit of bite. Honestly, I can't blame you. I can't blame you for that at all, actually. But like, what is that one character's name? It's that character that everybody was like, oh, he's so brooding and hot and handsome, and then you see him and he's like, looks like a washed up, like 35-year-old Noctis cosplayer. Do you know what I'm talking about? Is it Gortash? Is that his name? That... like, I don't understand. In a game with so many, like, genuinely, like, I would say, like, very attractive characters, you know? What the fuck happened to that guy? Dude, how are we getting, like, the mid-2000 washed gamer man experience in a fantasy game? Holy shit, Gortash? Is that his name? Did I get it right? Yeah, oh my fucking god. Banana was playing when I was on my way home from work and got off when I had time. Oh. Yeah, that's tough. That's really bad timing. Yeah, well, I mean, honestly, I would chalk it up to time zones a little bit, you know? Just a little bit. It's tough making it work, you know, when you have friends halfway across the globe. But if there's a will, there's a way. Sometimes you might actually have to, like, yeah, like tell us like a day or two in advance. Just a tiny bit. Oh no. It's okay, Yuki, I believe in you. You'll get your DBD. Get your DBD night one day. Or a day. Or your DBD morning, or I don't know, time zones are weird. It'll happen. It'll happen sometime. And hopefully, I don't know, if I'm also free, you know, and you message in that group chat, maybe I'll join too. I will die on that hill. Oh god. Yeah, bro, okay. What are your thoughts on Gortash? Slayed by myself. Damn, okay. Okay, I see gamer. That's good. Proud of you. You got those dumbs. Honestly, it's really funny. DBD is actually, like, I think, you know, with the right people, DBD is fun. It's fun. The only problem is I'm very chatty. You see where I'm going with this? I'm a little too chatty sometimes. I think there was one time I was playing with you guys. I was playing with everyone, and like I genuinely, like, I could not stop reacting to stuff, and every single time I opened my stupid fucking mouth, I would get a skill check, and then I'd fail the skill check miserably. And then I'd freak out and I'd start yapping again, and then I'd miss the next skill check. It was bad. It was bad. I'm pretty sure Banana yelled at me at some point. Oh man. Oh lord. Oh, just thinking about it. Holy shit, holy shit. Shit was so funny, I know. We had a rando there. I remember we had a rando there, and after like the second skill check, I failed another one. I failed 3 in a row actually, but the first 2 on that generator, the rando got up and he just straight up ran away, and I couldn't even blame him. I couldn't. It's fine, I yell at Banana all the time. Yeah, I see that. Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. Yeah. Yeah, oh my god. Well. I still can't believe, like, Like the lighting situation, the mood lighting, this cherry sun. Oh, actually, like, I blend in really well. I think I could use a little bit of color grading. I feel like I'm slightly warmer than I would normally be. You know? But other than that, like, I'm super excited about this. I can't stop looking at it, honestly. Maybe purple and blue would fit good together. True, maybe. Either I make myself blend in a lot and I give myself like a cooler color grading, or yeah, maybe going all the way to purple would be sort of cool too. You're right. A lot of food for thought. That being said, Yuki, I think you were the one who originally suggested the whole bedtime stories thing to begin with. I don't know if you were here when I was explaining it, but we're gonna be doing the Brothers Grimm fairy tales tonight. They're not exactly bedtime stories, but like I think it's a good compromise between something that I would say is like sort of interesting and also a little more mature, while also being like a story, you know? Because I searched up adult bedtime stories and honestly I couldn't find much. A lot of it was like really cheesy. I was like, I don't think I want the stream to be like that. I feel like it would be sort of lame, you know? I know at some point in the server they were trying to get me to like read like quantum physics lectures. Like, I don't know what they're thinking. The entire Wikipedia page of like the history of Rome. Like, guys, like what? Is that something like people actually want to like listen to? I'll never understand. Maybe I will one day. Hey, whatever gets you nice and relaxed. You could read Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and we would be happy. Oh. Well, I will start off with the Grimm brothers, or the Brothers Grimm. And, you know, I have like a 300 page like ebook here. I'm not even gonna get through like a third of it, I can already tell, you know? So I think we'll be doing that, and hopefully we have like a nice chill stream. It's split up into like 60 chapters, over 60 chapters. So I think I'll be reading and then I'll take my first water break of the night actually, because I've been yapping for like 40 minutes now. And then and then we'll go from there. Time to throw out my sleep schedule again. Oh no, what's happening? What's happening, Yuki? What's going on with your sleep? But here, I will. TBD time? Oh shit, I literally just saw Banana. I saw Banana loaded up. Oh lord, oh good god. Hey, good luck with that. I'm praying for your sleep. Happy gaming. I'll be here reading and chilling out. It'll be a good time. Let's see. Let's change my let's change my thing back to I read you sleep. And we'll go from there. Just letting you know, we'll be lurking because I might fall asleep soon. Hey, I think you came to the right place for that. I feel like my mission, honestly, is to like help you guys wind down a little bit, you know, just hang out. But yes, be well, have a great night, Avra. I'll just be here yapping and reading and doing whatever else. But in fact, I usually stay up for over 24 hours whenever I have an early shift. What? What? Oh my god. I'll listen while gaming. Yeah. Always welcome to. Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you for the lurk as well, Avra. Thank you for the well wishes. But for now, yeah, I think we'll start. I think we'll start with chapter 1 of like 62. But yeah. To anybody who doesn't know, we're starting up the entire Brothers Grimm fairy tales collection. I've heard it's graphic, so you get a little bit of something to chew on. I don't think it'll be so boring that you wouldn't want to listen, you know? Or maybe it's a good thing that it's boring that way. You'll end up falling asleep. Chapter 1. The Golden Bird. A certain king had a beautiful garden, and in the garden stood a tree which bore golden apples. These apples were always counted, and about the time when they began to grow ripe, it was found that every night one of them was gone. The king became very angry at this, and ordered the gardener to keep watch all night under the tree. The gardener set his eldest son to watch, but about 12 o'clock he fell asleep, and in the morning another of the apples was missing. Then the second son was ordered to watch, and at midnight he too fell asleep, and in the morning another apple was gone. Then the third son offered to keep watch, but the gardener at first would not let him for fear some harm should come to him. However, at last he consented, and the young man laid himself under the tree to watch. As the clock struck 12, he heard a rustling noise in the air, and a bird came flying that was of pure gold. And as it was snapping at one of the apples with its beak, the gardener's son jumped up and shot an arrow at it. But the arrow did the bird no harm, only it dropped a golden feather from its tail and then flew away. The golden feather was brought to the king in the morning, and all the council was called together. Everyone agreed that it was worth more than all the wealth of the kingdom. The king said, "One feather is of no use to me. I must have the whole bird." Then the gardener's eldest son set out and thought to find the golden bird very easily, and when he had gone but a little way, he came to a wood, and by the side of the wood he saw a fox sitting. So he took his bow and made ready to shoot at it. Then the fox said, "Do not shoot me, for I will give you good counsel. I know what your business is, and that you want to find the golden bird. You will reach a village in the evening, and when you get there, you will see 2 inns opposite to each other, one of which is very pleasant and beautiful to look at. Go not in there, but rest for the night in the other, though it may appear to you to be very poor and mean." But the son thought to himself, "What can such a beast as this know about the matter?" So he shot his arrow at the fox, but he missed it, and it set up its tail above its back and ran into the wood. Then he went his way, and in the evening came to the village where the 2 inns were. And in one of those were people singing, and dancing, and feasting. But the other looked very dirty and poor. I should be very silly, said he, if I went to that shabby house and left this charming place. So we went into the smart house and ate and drank at his ease and forgot the bird, and his country too. Time passed on, and as the eldest son did not come back and no tidings were heard of him, the second son set out. The same thing happened to him. He met the fox, who gave him the good advice. But when he came to the two inns, his eldest brother was standing at the window where the merrymaking was and called to him to come in. And he could not withstand the temptation, but went in and forgot the golden bird and his country in the same manner, Time passed on again, and the youngest son too wished to set out into the wide world to seek for the golden bird. But his father would not listen to it for a long while, for he was very fond of his son, and was afraid that some ill luck might happen to him also, and prevent him coming back home. However, at last it was agreed he should go, for he would not rest at home. And as he came to the wood, he met the fox, and heard the same good counsel. But he was thankful to the fox and did not attempt his life as his brothers had done. So the fox said, "Sit upon my tail, and you will travel faster." So he sat down, and the fox began to run. And away they went over stock and stone so quick that their hair whistled in the wind. When they came to the village, the son followed the fox's counsel, and without looking about him went to the shabby inn and rested there all night at his ease. In the morning came the fox again, and met him as he was beginning his journey, and said, "Go straight forward, till you come to a castle before which lie a whole troop of soldiers fast asleep and snoring. Take no notice of them, but go into the castle and pass on till you come to a room where the golden bird sits in a wooden cage. Close by it stands a beautiful golden cage, but do not try to take the bird out of the shabby cage and put it into the handsome one, otherwise you will repent it." Then the fox stretched out his tail again, and the young man sat himself down, and away they went over stock and stone till their hair whistled in the wind. Before the castle gates, all was as the fox had said. So the son went in, found the chamber where the golden bird hung in a wooden cage, and below stood the golden cage, and the 3 golden apples that had been lost were lying close by it. Then thought he to himself, "It will be a very droll thing to bring away such a fine bird in this shabby cage." So he opened the door, and took hold of it, and put it into the golden cage. But the bird set up such a loud scream that all the soldiers awoke, and they took him prisoner and carried him before the king. The next morning the court sat to judge him, and when all was heard it sentenced him to die, unless he should bring the king the golden horse which could run as swiftly as the wind, and if he did this, he was to have the golden bird given him for his own. So he set out once more on his journey, sighing and in great despair, when on a sudden his friend the fox met him, and said, "You see now what has happened on account of your not listening to my counsel. I will still, however, tell you how to find the golden horse, if you will do as I bid you. You must go straight on till you come to the castle where the horse stands in his stall. By his side will lie the groom, fast asleep and snoring. Take away the horse quietly, but be sure to put the old leathered saddle upon him, and not the golden one that is close by it." Then the son sat down on the fox's tail, and away they went over stock and stone till their hair whistled in the wind. All went right, and the groom lay snoring with his hand upon the golden saddle. But when the son looked at the horse, he thought it a great pity to put the leathern saddle upon it. "I will give him the good one," said he. I am sure he deserves it. As he took up the golden saddle, the groom awoke and cried out so loud that all the guards ran in and took him prisoner. And in the morning he was again brought before the court to be judged and was sentenced to die. But it was agreed that if he could bring thither the beautiful princess, he should live, and have the bird and the horse given him for his own. Then he went his way very sorrowful. But the old fox came and said, "Why did you not listen to me? If you had, you would have carried away both the bird and the horse. Yet will I once more give you counsel. Go straight on, and in the evening you will arrive at a castle. At 12 o'clock at night the princess goes to the bathing house. Go up to her and give her a kiss, and she will let you lead her away. But take care you do not suffer her to go and take leave of her father and mother." Then the fox stretched out his tail, and so away they went over stock and stone till their hair whistled again. As they came to the castle, all was as the fox had said, and at 12 o'clock the young man met the princess going to the bath and gave her the kiss, and she agreed to run away with him, but begged with many tears that he would let her take leave of her father. At first he refused, but she wept still more and more, and fell at his feet, till at last he consented. But the moment she came to her father's house, the guards awoke and he was taken prisoner again. Then he was brought before the king. And the king said, "You shall never have my daughter unless in 8 days you dig away the hill that stops the view from my window." Now, this hill was so big that the whole world could not take it away. And when he had worked for 7 days and had done very little, the fox came and said, "Lie down. Go to sleep. I will work for you." And in the morning he awoke, and the hill was gone. So he went merrily to the king and told him that now that it was removed, he must give him the princess. Then the king was obliged to keep his word, and away went the young man and the princess. And the fox came and said to him, "We will have all three, the princess, the horse, and the bird." "Ah," said the young man, "that would be a great thing. But how can you contrive it?" "If you will only listen," said the fox, "it can be done. When you come to the king and he asks for the beautiful princess, you must say, 'Here she is.' Then he will be very joyful, and you will mount the golden horse that they are to give you, and put out your hand to take leave of them. But shake hands with the princess last, then lift her quickly onto the horse behind you. Clap your spurs to his side and gallop away as fast as you can." All went right. Then the fox said, "When you come to the castle where the bird is, I will stay with the princess at the door, and you will ride in and speak to the king. And when he sees that it is right, when he sees that it is the right horse, he will bring out the bird. But you must sit still and say that you want to look at it to see whether it is the true golden bird. And when you get it into your hand, right away." This too happened as the fox said. They carried off the bird, the princess mounted again, and they rode on to a great wood. Then the fox came and said, "Pray kill me, and cut off my head and my feet." But the young man refused to do it. So the fox said, "I will at any rate give you good counsel. Beware of 2 things. Ransom no one from the gallows, and sit down by the side of no river." Then away he went. Well, thought the young man, it is no hard matter to keep that advice. He rode on with the princess till at last he came to the village where he had left his 2 brothers. And there he heard a great noise and uproar. And when he asked what was the matter, the people said, 2 men are going to be hanged. As he came nearer, he saw that the two men were his brothers who had turned robbers. So he said, "Cannot they in any way be saved?" But the people said no, unless he would bestow all his money upon the rascals and buy their liberty. Then he did not stay to think about the matter, but paid what was asked, and his brothers were given up and went on with him towards their home. And as they came to the wood where the fox first met them, it was so cool and pleasant that the two brothers said, "Let us sit down by the side of the river and rest for a while to eat and drink." So he said yes, and forgot the fox's counsel, and sat down on the side of the river, and while he suspected nothing, they came behind and threw him down the bank, and took the princess, the horse, and the bird, and went home to the king their master, and said, "All this have we won by our labor." Then there was great rejoicing made. But the horse would not eat, the bird would not sing, and the princess wept. The youngest son fell to the bottom of the river's bed. Luckily, it was nearly dry, but his bones were almost broken, and the bank was so steep that he could find no way to get out. Then the old fox came once more and scolded him for not following his advice. Otherwise no evil would have befallen him. "Yet," said he, "I cannot leave you here. So lay hold of my tail and hold fast." Then he pulled him out of the river and said to him as he got upon the bank, "Your brothers have set watch to kill you, if they find you in the kingdom." So he dressed himself as a poor man, and came secretly to the king's court, and was scarcely within the doors when the horse began to eat and the bird to sing, and princess left off weeping. Then he went to the king and told him all his brother's roguery, and they were seized and punished, and he had the princess given to him again, and after the king's death he was heir to his kingdom. A long while after, he went to walk one day in the wood. The old fox met him and besought him with tears in his eyes to kill him and cut off his head and feet. And at last he did so. And in a moment, the fox was changed into a man and turned out to be the brother of the princess, who had been lost a great many years. That was chapter 1. I need a water break really badly. Also, this music has gone from chill bossa nova to... what is this? A little bit of blues, a little bit of honky tonk. I'm not messing with this anymore. We also have a 90-second ad break, which gives me lots of time to chill out. Find new music. Oh my god. Bottle going crazy whenever I take a sip of my water. One sec. Guys, do you think Minecraft music would go crazy here? What if I just... like, hear me out though. Like, this is some ambience, no? Bit of ambiance. Okay, but it's Minecraft music. It's sort of weird. What about 1940s vintage jazz? Here's the thing, when is this actually 40s jazz? Because I feel like 40s jazz is a little like we get back into like you know what? I can live with this. I just hope it doesn't, we don't get back into like like bebop. I need something like little lower tempo, yeah? Yeah, I think we can do this. We can do this for now. Alright. Chapter 2 for us. How long we gotta do this for, huh? Just kidding. Chapter 2. Hans in luck. Some men are born to good luck. All they do or try to do comes right. All that falls to them is so much gain. All their geese are swans, all their cards are trumps. Toss them which way you will, they will always, like poor puss, alight upon their legs, and only move on so much the faster. The world may very likely not always think of them as they think of themselves, but what care they for the world? What can it know about the matter? One of these lucky beings was neighbor Hans. 7 long years he had worked hard for his master. At last he said, "Master, my time is up. I must go home and see my poor mother once more. So pray, pay me my wages and let me go." And the master said, "You have been a faithful and good servant, Hans, so your pay shall be handsome." Then he gave him a lump of silver as big as his head. Also welcome, Nullbreaker. Hans took out his pocket handkerchief, put the piece of silver into it, threw it over his shoulder, and jogged off on his road homewards. As he went lazily on, dragging one foot after another, a man came in sight, trotting gaily along on a capital horse. "Ah," said Hans aloud, "what a fine thing it is to ride on horseback. There he sits, as easy and happy as if he was at home in the chair by his fireside. He trips against no stones, saves shoe leather, and gets on he hardly knows how." Hans did not speak so softly, but the horseman heard it all, and said, "Well, friend, why do you go on foot then?" "Ah," said he, "I have this load to carry. To be sure it is silver, but it is so heavy that I can't hold up my head, and you must know it hurts my shoulders sadly." "What do you say of making an exchange?" said the horseman. "I will give you my horse, and you shall give me the silver, which will save you a great deal of trouble in carrying such a heavy load about with you." "With all my heart," said Hans, "but as you are so kind to me, I must tell you one thing. You will have a weary task to draw that silver about with you." However, the horseman got off, took the silver, helped Hans up, gave him the bridle into one hand and the whip into the other, and said, "When you want to go very fast, smack your lips loudly together and cry, 'Yip.'" Hans was delighted as he sat on the horse, drew himself up, squared his elbows, turned out his toes, cracked his whip, and rode merrily off. 1 minute whistling a merry tune, and another singing. "No care and no sorrow, a fig for the morrow. We'll laugh and be merry, sing nay down derry." There is a dog. This isn't part of the story. One of my neighbors has a dog who gets thrown outside and my window is open. I'm going to be like 2 seconds. I'm going to close my window. Book name. This is the Brothers Grimm. Brothers Grimm Fairy Tale Collections. 300 pages of messed up fairy tales for you to relax to, or fall asleep to, or be incredibly disturbed by. After a time, he thought he should like to go a little faster, so he smacked his lips and cried yip. Away went the horse full gallop, and before Hans knew what he was about, he was thrown off and lay on his back by the roadside. His horse would have ran off if a shepherd who was coming by driving a cow hadn't stopped it. Hans soon came to himself and got upon his legs again, sadly vexed, and said to the shepherd, "This riding is no joke. When a man has the luck to get upon a beast like this, that stumbles and flings him off as if it would break his neck. However, I'm off now once for all. I like your cow now a great deal better than this smart beast that played me this trick, and has spoiled my best coat you see in this puddle, which, by the by, smells not very like a nosegay. One can walk along at one's leisure behind that cow, keep good company, and have milk, butter, and cheese every day into the bargain. What would I give to have such a prize?" "Well," said the shepherd, "if you are so fond of her, I will change my cow for your horse. I like to do good to my neighbors, even though I lose by it myself." "Done," said Hans merrily. "What a noble heart that good man has," thought he. Then the shepherd jumped upon the horse, wished Hans and the cow good morning, and away he rode. Hans brushed his coat, wiped his face and hands, rested a while, and then drove off his cow quietly, and thought his bargain a very lucky one. If I have only a piece of bread, and I certainly shall always be able to get that, I can, whenever I like, eat my butter and cheese with it. And when I am thirsty, I can milk my cow and drink the milk, and what can I wish for more?" When he came to an inn, he halted, ate up all his bread, and gave away his last penny for a glass of beer. When he had rested himself, he set off again, driving his cow towards his mother's village. But the heat grew greater as soon as noon came on, till at last as he found himself on a wide heath that would take him more than an hour to cross, he began to be so hot and parched that his tongue clave to the roof of his mouth. "I can find a cure for this," thought he. "Now I will milk my cow and quench my thirst." So he tied her to the stump of a tree and held his leathern cap to milk into, but not a drop was to be had. Who would have thought that this cow, which was to bring him milk and butter and cheese, was all that time utterly dry? Hans had not thought of looking to that. While he was trying his luck in milking and managing the matter very clumsily, the uneasy beast began to think him very troublesome, and at last gave him such a kick on the head as knocked him down, and there he lay a long while senseless. Luckily, a butcher soon came by, driving a pig in a wheelbarrow. "What is the matter with you, my man?" said the butcher as he helped him up. Hans told him what had happened, how he was dry and wanted to milk his cow, but found the cow was dry too. Then the butcher gave him a flask of ale, saying, "There, drink and refresh yourself. Your cow will give you no milk. Don't you see she is an old beast, good for nothing but the slaughterhouse?" "Alas, alas," said Hans, "who would have thought it? What a shame to take my horse and give me only a dry cow. If I kill her, what will she be good for? I hate cow beef. It is not tender enough for me. If it were a pig now, like that fat gentleman you were driving along at his ease, one could do something with it. It would at any rate make sausages." "Well," said the butcher, "I don't like to say no when one is asked to do a kind and neighborly thing. To please you, I will change. and give you my fine fat pig for the cow." "Heaven reward you for your kindness and self-denial," said Hans, as he gave the butcher the cow, and taking the pig off the wheelbarrow, drove it away, holding it by the string that was tied to its leg. So on he jogged, and all seemed now to go right with him. He had met with some misfortunes, to be sure, but he was now well repaid for all. How could it be otherwise with such a traveling companion as he had at last got? The next man he met was a countryman carrying a fine white goose. The countryman stopped to ask what was o'clock. This led to further chat, and Hans told him all his luck, how he had so many good bargains, and how all the world went gay and smiling with him. The countryman then began to tell his tale, and said he was going to take the goose to a christening. "Feel," said he, "how heavy it is, and yet it is only 8 weeks old. Whoever roasts and eats it will find plenty of fat upon it. It has lived so well." "You're right," said Hans as he weighed it in his hand. "But if you talk of fat, my pig is no trifle." Meantime the countryman began to look grave and shook his head. "Hark ye," said he, "my worthy friend, you seem a good sort of fellow, so I can't help doing you a kind turn. Your pig may get you into a scrape. In the village I just came from, the squire has had a pig stolen out of his sty. I was dreadfully afraid when I saw you that you had got the squire's pig. If you have and they catch you, it will be a bad job for you. The least they will do will be to throw you into the horse pond. Can you swim?" Poor Hans was sadly frightened. "Good man," cried he, "pray get me out of this scrape. I know nothing of where the pig was either bred or born, but he may have been the squire's for aught I can tell you. You know this country better than I do. Take my pig and give me the goose." "I ought to have something into the bargain," said the countryman. "Give a fat goose for a pig, indeed. 'Tis not everyone would do so much for you as that. However, I will not be hard upon you, as you are in trouble." Then he took the string in his hand and drove off the pig by a side path, while Hans went on the way homewards free from care. "After all," thought he, "that chap is pretty well taken in. I don't care whose pig it is, but wherever it came from, it has been a very good friend to me. I have much the best of the bargain. First, there will be a capital roast. Then the fat will find me in goose grease for 6 months. And then there are all the beautiful white feathers. I will put them into my pillow, and then I am sure I shall sleep soundly without rocking. How happy my mother will be. Talk of a pig indeed. Give me a fine fat goose." As he came to the next village, he saw a scissor grinder with his wheel working and singing. "O'er hill and o'er dale, so happy I roam. Work light and live well, all the world is my home. And who so blithe, so merry as I Avra." I am going to finish this up. I got a page left, and I'll chat with you for a bit. Hans stood looking on for a while, and at last said, "You must be well off, Master Grinder. You seem so happy at your work." "Yes," said the other, "mine is a golden trade. A good grinder never puts his hand into his pocket without finding the money in it." "But where did you get that beautiful goose?" "I did not buy it, I gave a pig for it." "And where did you get the pig?" "I gave a cow for it." "And the cow?" "Why, I gave a horse for it." "And the horse?" "I gave a lump of silver as big as my head for it." "And the silver?" "Oh, I worked hard for that 7 long years." "You have thriven well in the world hitherto," said the grinder. "Now if you could find money in your pocket whenever you put your hand in it, your fortune would be made." "Very true. But how is that to be managed?" "How? Why, you must turn grinder like myself," said the other. "You only want a grindstone, the rest will come of itself. Here is one that is but little the worse for wear. I would not ask more than the value of your goose for it. Will you buy?" "How can you ask?" said Hans. "I should be the happiest man in the world if I could have money whenever I put my hand in my pocket. What could I want more? There's the goose. Now," said the grinder, as he gave him a common rough stone that lay by his side, "this is a most capital stone. Do but work it well enough, and you can make an old nail cut with it." Hans took the stone and went his way with a light heart. His eyes sparkled for joy, and he said to himself, "Surely I must have been born in a lucky hour. Everything I could want or wish for comes of itself. People are so kind. They seem really to think I do them a favor in letting them make me rich and giving me good bargains." Meantime, he began to be tired and hungry too, for he had given away his last penny in his joy at getting the cow. At last he could go no farther, for the stone tired him sadly, and he dragged himself to the side of a river, that he might take a drink of water and rest for a while. So, he laid the stone carefully by his side on the bank, but as he stooped down to drink, he forgot it, pushed it a little, and down it rolled plump into the stream. For a while he watched it sinking in the deep clear water, then sprang up and danced for joy, and again fell upon his knees and thanked heaven, with tears in his eyes, for its kindness in taking away his only plague, the ugly, heavy stone. "How happy am I," cried he. "Nobody was ever so lucky as I." Then up he got with a light heart, free from all his troubles, and walked on till he reached his mother's house and told her how very easy the road to good luck was. The end. Anyways, hi Avra, welcome. I am going to take a sip of water because I am yapping nonstop. How are you? You also get water noises. What type of mic do you use, by the way? It sounds so nice. Thank you for that. Gonna be honest, I just have like an old Yeti. I don't think I have anything super duper fancy. I will say though, one thing. This was a Blue Yeti from before they got bought out by Logitech. Coolio lighting on your character. Thanks, Nullbreaker. I actually have a switch for it. Check this out. This is what I normally look like, right? But this, oh, I blend in so much better. Like, I fit in pretty well. Also, I got like all my cybernetics, the earring and the pendant. Yeah, right? It all glows now, my eyes too. Yeah, I'm super happy with it actually. I think this adds a lot of character. A lot of ambience. Again, gotta model you? Hell yeah. That would be crazy. We got an artist in here. Prop cartoon though. I see. Hey, no, that's cool. Super cool. I know you sent some stuff in the server at some point. That's sick. That's actually sick. Like the little one? Yeah, that'd be funny. That'd be awesome. Oh, what was I saying though? I don't know if Avra's still here, but Avra, if you are, I'm just using a Blue Yeti on like a $10 mic stand that I bought like 3 years ago, and the Yeti I bought like probably I want to say I bought it like 5 years ago, maybe longer. I bought it on sale for like 90 Canadian or something. So yeah, I don't think I've got like a fancy mic, but I think it does the job well. And there's a lot you can do to help you and your setup sound a little more don't know if professional is the right word, but I'd like to think my setup sounds pretty good. Production quality. I say that as if my stream isn't like super scuffed all the time. But yeah, Nullbreaker, a tiny little cartoon model. That'd be fun. That'd be funny. That'd be awesome, actually. What is that verse saying? I am. Thanks. I'm not following. Maybe it's my mind. Maybe it's my mind, like losing itself. I probably asked if, I probably asked if you were good or something. They're here. Like when you was the thing. Water cat. What? Wait, explain. What? Water cat. Water cat? Vaporeon? What are we talking about? Oh, you asked if I was still here. Oh, I see. Yeah. I see. But yeah, I think this is chill. It's so chill that I'm losing my thoughts and I forget what I asked chat like 2 minutes after asking. Well, I hope this has been like relaxing. Thanks was for answering the mic question. Ah, I see. Understandable. But yeah, let's see. What do I have on this thing? I'm a bit of I used to be an audio nerd. At least a little bit, so. Not gonna lie, that got me sleepy. Good. I think that was, I think that's the intent. So I'm glad it's actually doing something. But yeah, here, I'll yap your ear off with a little something else, since we're taking a break from story time for a little bit. I take a little sip of my water. Let's see, what do I have on this thing? I have in my audio processing chain, I have 2 compressors. I have a noise gate. I have an equalizer because my old computer that I bought like 4 years ago, it's chugging, so I have to get rid of a few of my middle frequencies, so like you guys don't hear the fan so much. And it also helps too because I think in general the Yeti, when you get sort of close to it, it's like a very boomy kind of mic. So getting rid of like a lot of the middle helps with that, and it helps it not sound so boomy, you know? To make up for cutting out all of that stuff to get rid of the fan, I think I do have like, I might actually have turned down the bass as well a little bit, just because I think I have like a lower voice, and because of the way things are set up, like I think sometimes it gets a little too much. And then just to like preserve the character, I've got a bit of pump on the high end. I have another equalizer to help with like the popping sounds, or like the S sounds, like the S. If I didn't have that, it would be so much worse. Like I would destroy your ears, I think. But yeah, I could actually check. I could check for you. But I would say, when it comes to mics, if you get like a decently good one, you know, not something like crazy good, A lot of the work actually goes into like how you treat the audio afterwards. Like some people will have good mics, and if they don't know how to like work with the audio, you know, it'll come out sounding a little eh. Yeah, let's see, what filters do I have on this? I just closed my chat. I just did that. I really just did that. I'm gonna pop that out again. You're gonna, hopefully this isn't too loud for you. There we go. Oh goodness. Let's check my filters for you. Let's check. Yep, noise gate, de-esser, 2 compressors, voice. Oh, I have like a final limiter to make sure I don't like blast off your eardrums again. A small gain boost as well, because I think I'm, especially for this, like I'm sort of soft-spoken. And I don't like pumping the gain up on my mic to begin with, so I do that in post instead. Well, chat. I hope you're having a great night. Had a nice little break. Might be time for chapter 3 of like 60. I don't even know how to pronounce these names. Surely the J's are pronounced as Y's. What if I got it wrong? What if I'm just like making a fool of myself on the internet? Oh my god, hi. Hey, welcome Schnorf. Hi. This is a new segment. Also, I have to do it's mandatory. It's mandatory because I'm so excited about it. For like every viewer who comes in who hasn't seen this yet. Hey, check this out. This is me normally, right? This is me with like proper backlighting. Ain't this shit sorta... Ain't it glowy? Ooh, spooky. Yeah. All my stuff that has to glow like actually glows now. I'm like lit by the background properly. What are we reading? We are reading the Brothers Grimm fairy tales collection. I don't know if it's the complete collection, but there are like 60 stories in here, so I'm assuming it's basically nearly the full collection. Ooh, even more spooky, right? It's like a lot of these don't end well, but also like I haven't encountered any that are like graphic and disturbing yet. Or maybe I'm just desensitized. No, they've been pretty tame. Oh goodness, we got an ad. But yeah, how are you? I think we're starting up. We're doing this as like a weekly thing. Mondays are chill. Mondays need to be chill, and I think it's a great time to like do this because people have been asking for it. And hopefully, I don't know. Can't wait for Wikipedia night with the Romans. That shit's crazy. We'll get people to vote on it, you know? We'll get people to vote on it, and we'll see how things go. I do what the people tell me to do. I do what chat tells me to do. That's it. But yeah. Let's see. I think... I don't know. Our ad is also done. It might be time for another chapter. I'm gonna say it's time for another chapter. If you're getting sleepy, that means I'm doing something right, so I'm gonna keep going. Don't fall asleep on me. Or do, actually. That'd be flattering in its own way, I think. At least for this stream. Ah. Chapter 3. Yorinda and Yorindel. Please tell me I pronounced that right. There was once an old castle that stood in the middle of a deep, gloomy wood, and in the castle lived an old fairy. Now this fairy could take any shape she pleased. All the day long she flew about in the form of an owl or crept about the country like a cat. But at night she always became an old woman again. I'm gonna wake up to you accidentally turning off a mic limiter. That'd be really funny. Yeah, I'm just screaming in your ear halfway through. When any young man came within 100 paces of her castle, he became quite fixed, and could not move a step till she came and set him free. Which she would not do till he had given her his word never to come there again. But when any pretty maiden came within that space, she was changed into a bird, and the fairy put her into a cage and hung her up in a chamber in the castle. There were 700 of these cages hanging in the castle, and all with beautiful birds in them. Now, there was once a maiden whose name was Yorinda. She was prettier than all the pretty girls that ever were seen before, and a shepherd lad whose name was Yorindel was very fond of her, and they were soon to be married. One day, they went to walk in the wood that they might be alone, and Yorindel said, "We must take care that we don't go too near to the fairy's castle." It was a beautiful evening. The last rays of the setting sun shone bright through the long stems of the trees upon the green underwood beneath, and the turtle doves sang from the tall birches. Yorinda sat down to gaze upon the sun. Yorindel sat by her side, and both felt sad, they knew not why, but it seemed as if they were to be parted from one another forever. They had wandered a long way, and when they looked to see which way they should go home, they found themselves at a loss to know what path to take. The sun was setting fast, and already half of its circle had sunk behind the hill. Yorindel on a sudden looked up behind him and saw through the bushes that they had, without knowing it, sat down close under the old walls of the castle. Then he shrank for fear, turned pale and trembled. Yorinda was just singing. The ring-dove sang from the willow spray, well-a-day, well-a-day. He mourned for the fate of his darling mate, well-a-day. When her song stopped suddenly, Yorindel turned to see the reason and beheld his Yorinda changed into a nightingale, so that her song ended with a mournful yuck-yuck. An owl with fiery eyes flew 3 times round them, and 3 times screamed tu-woo, tu-woo, tu-woo. Yorindel could not move. He stood fixed as a stone, and could neither weep nor speak, nor stir hand or foot. Now the sun went quite down. The gloomy night came. The owl flew into a bush, and a moment after the old fairy came forth pale and meager, with staring eyes and a nose and chin that almost met one another. She mumbled something to herself, seized the nightingale and went away with it in her hand. Poor Yorindel saw the nightingale was gone, but what could he do? He could not speak. He could not move from the spot where he stood. At last, the fairy came back and sang with a hoarse voice, "Till the prisoner is fast, and her doom is cast. There stay, oh stay. When the charm is around her, and the spell has bound her, fly away, away." On a sudden, Yorindel found himself free. Then he fell on his knees before the fairy and prayed her to give him back his dear Yorinda. But she laughed at him and said he should never see her again. Then she went her way. He prayed, he wept, He sorrowed, but all in vain. Alas, he said, what will become of me? He could not go back to his own home, so he went to a strange village and employed himself in keeping sheep. Many a time did he walk round and round as near to the hated castle as he dared go, but all in vain. He heard or saw nothing of Yorinda. At last, he dreamt one night that he found a beautiful purple flower, and that in the middle of it lay a costly pearl. And he dreamt that he plucked the flower and went with it in his hand into the castle, and that everything he touched with it was disenchanted, and that there he found his Yorinda again. In the morning, when he awoke, he began to search over hill and dale for this pretty flower, and 8 long days he sought for it in vain. But on the 9th day, early in the morning, he found the beautiful purple flower, and in the middle of it was a large dewdrop, as big as a costly pearl. Then he plucked the flower and set out and traveled day and night till he came again to the castle. He walked nearer than 100 paces to it, and yet he did not become fixed as before, but found that he could go quite close up to the door. Yorindel was very glad indeed to see this. Then he touched the door with the flower, and it sprang open, so that he went in through the court and listened when he heard so many birds singing. At last he came to the chamber where the fairy sat, with the 700 birds singing in the 700 cages. When she saw Yorindel, she was very angry and screamed with rage. But she could not come within 2 yards of him, for the flower he held in his hand was his safeguard. He looked around at the birds, but alas, there were many, many nightingales, and how then should he find out which was his Yorinda? While he was thinking what to do, he saw the fairy had taken down one of the cages and was making the best of her way off through the door. He ran or flew after her, touched the cage with the flower, and Yorinda stood before him and threw her arms around his neck, looking as beautiful as ever, as beautiful as when they walked together in the wood. Then he touched all the other birds with the flower, so that they all took their old forms again, and he took Yorinda home, where they were married and lived happily together many years, and so did a good many other lads, whose maidens had been forced to sing in the old fairy's cages by themselves, much longer than they liked. Wait, that wasn't too bad. That was actually... That wasn't so messed up. That wasn't so messed up at all. I was expecting something a little more disturbing, like these, like I was that bad, I know. I just assume all of the Brothers Grimm fairy tales are like bad, you know? Hold on, water break. There we go. Yeah, no, that wasn't bad. I'd say that wasn't bad at all. That was pretty good. Sort of wholesome. Not very, you know? Maybe that's how they get you, right? They lull you into like a false sense of security and then they show you the really messed up stuff. Yeah, I can see that. Haha, they fake a good storybook. Yep. Yerp, yerp, yerp. That makes sense. Okay. We are gonna chill out for like 2 to 5 minutes. Excuse me while I lean over to get my charger for my phone because it's dying right now. But yeah, I can totally see that. We're getting like bait and switched, I think. Also, the jazz is, I feel like I could find something better, but this will do. I see some other options, but I don't want to change up all the time. I think we're just gonna go for this for now. "12 hours of rain and silence. Don't check description." Uh-huh. True. Don't check the comments either. Real. Honestly, rain would go hard. Rain would go hard. Could try that. Could try that, but not tonight. I don't think that's a tonight thing. That's a next time thing. I think this is gonna end up turning into a little weekly series. So I'll look into it, and hopefully, you know, we'll have a few other options. Oh, I mean, this sure is one way to end a Monday. Very chill, very chill. Nice, just hanging out. Also reading. Reading is good. Chat, when was the last time you picked up a book? Be honest. I know we had some real readers in here at one point. I'm not gonna get into that, but yeah, like half a year, right? Can't find a good one. Yeah. There's just so many things vying for your attention, you know? Sometimes it's hard. Oh, thanks, schemed. Bye, schemed. Good luck at work, schemed. Be well, be well. That's funny. I'll take another sip. Bro joined at work just to do that, right? That's funny. That's really funny. And left. Yeah. Yeah, tell me about it. Funny. That's incredible. Probably popped in to like claim a point reward too before they left. Insane. Actually insane. Well, I'm Eastern time, so it's only getting later over here. I don't know what like a good time would be for like these story time streams, you know? Because I feel like you'd have to do it sort of late, because the whole premise is like people fall asleep to this shit. It's like 9 for you. Oh, yeah. I see. That's like mountain time or something, no? Am I crazy? Yeah, it goes west, mountain, central, and then east. Close, yeah. I see. Like, it's late, but it's not that late, you know? It's like late if you're not a degen. But if you are a degen, then like, you ain't gonna be listening to these stories at like 9, 10, 11 o'clock. That's like a 3 a.m. endeavor for you. Close, yeah. I mean, I can't imagine, you know, it's like, it's one of those time zones. How about I read you sleep? Crazy. Here's the thing. I was meant to fix my sleep schedule. We're all fixing our sleep schedules. I read, you guys fucking doze off, and then once I'm done, I'll doze too. Wouldn't that be crazy? Also, welcome, Kiwi. How are you? Expect lots of errors. I'm dyslexic. But yeah, welcome. Yeah. This is a new thing we're doing. We're doing read aloud Mondays. Or like little, I don't know, does this count as ASMR Mondays? The community's been asking for it. I've been hounded for a while about it by like individual people, and then like I had like, I don't even know how many people like in the server asking for it, so I went, you know what, why not? Honestly, why not? Ask and you shall receive, I guess. Oh, real. That's funny. Weed Whacker ASMR when? Hey, if you vote on it and that actually becomes an option, alright? Then I guess I'd have to like, I don't even know how I would set that up. I'm at your mercy. I'm always at chat's mercy, you have to understand. I'm only doing this because of chat. Me and Juno, yeah. Oh god, we vote for that. Good luck, good luck. You guys almost hit me with the meme script tonight, and then we had like a last minute victory for bedtime stories. So here we are. We're reading the Grimm Brothers fairy tales. Not exactly bedtime stories, but I think, you know, they got some substance to them, and you can definitely fall asleep to them, I would say. So that's what we're doing right now. Oh my goodness. But yeah, between little stories, which take like, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. Yeah, I'm just sitting here, I'm chatting with you guys. I'm doing my thing. Taking a needed break from Val, I'm getting too into it. Oh shit. Have you been queuing comp? Comp-wise, yeah. There's only so much comp you can play before you need to like take a break. And either you go on with the rest of your day or like you can come back to it, I guess. But like once you sit down and you play like 2 or 3 or 4 games, like that's like sort of it, you know? Like you gotta take a break. There's just no way you can keep it up for that long. Mental ain't there right now? Yeah. Yeah. That's fair. More of a CS2 guy, I suck at it still. I've been meaning to try CS2, but like I'm sort of scared. To be honest, I'm sort of scared I'll be like shit at it. That would be funny though. That would be funny. I would play it, don't get me wrong. I would. That and hackers? Yeah, I heard like hackers are like a pretty rampant. Honestly, in both games. CS2 hackers and Val hackers. I heard from, who was it? I heard from Foos that you can play rank or like competitive for like single maps, and you can have a different rank for each map. That's true. Yeah. All shooters have hackers, yeah, that's fair. That is fair, I mean, there's only so much you can do with it, right? For like a super long-standing game, you know, like Valorant's been like, what, 5 years? Counter-Strike has been since the dawn of time. Like, if a game is like that entrenched in like a competitive scene, I feel like cheating is like an inevitability. TF2, 15 years or something, yeah, right? Just got fixed after years of nothing. Yeah, I heard. Actually, no, I didn't hear. I'm a liar. Yeah, I heard TF2 was just sort of like stagnant, you know? Like, I know there's like a dedicated player base, but it's like, it's hard. It's hard, like the game is alive, but like on life support. Be playing rematch as of late. Ooh, how was a rematch? It looks good, I'm just like, oh my god, I can't get into another game. I can't. I can barely stay on top of the games that like I'm already into right now. It's bad. It's actually bad. Oh, no, I don't know. Looks fun though. It does look fun. If at the time, holy shit, I would be running it down in rematch, I just know it. Not really live support anymore because of player hosted games. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's really good. I'm glad the community's keeping it alive then. It's good, but people need to get it in their thick skulls that it's a team game, they can't do everything alone. Yeah, it feels as though everybody in that game thinks they're like rematch Ronaldo or something. It's like the second coming of Messi. That must be annoying. Yeah, it's annoying, yeah. I saw a few clips of Northern Lion playing rematch actually. Are there like a lot of like rage quitters too? Because I know I definitely saw that. It's way more fun to score team plays. Yeah, right? Teamwork's the dream work. Especially when it's like, when the field is so small, and it's like, what, 3v3 or whatever? Actually, there are different modes. Not in comp, but in casual, yes. Yeah, you know, that makes sense. That's fair, that makes sense. Oh man, guys. Do you think that dog stopped barking? Do you think I can open my window again, or like... Am I too much of an optimist? It's getting hot. It's getting hot in my room. Guys, I'm gonna open my window again. I'm gonna open my window. And if the moon droid gets sucked out into the moon's barely... No, I don't even think the moon just doesn't really have an atmosphere. Did the moon droid get sucked out from his pressurized chamber because of it? You know what happened. Scheme might be out there, be careful, we got a lot of water buckets. Yeah, well, I mean, he's saving it for a big one. He's not doing it for tonight. One second, I open my window, I'll be right back. Thank you for the head pat, Snowbreaker. Thank you for the hydrate, Kiwi. Oh my god, there's so much cool air coming in right now. What a fucking relief. I just hope that dog doesn't, you know? You know. Okay, well, cheers. Okay. Well, chat, I think it's time for chapter 4. We are 1/15 of the way through this story collection. And yeah, I'll read one more at least, and then we'll see where we're at. Yeah, we'll see how things are going. All right. Chapter 4. The Traveling Musicians. An honest farmer had once an ass that had been a... I'm sorry, I'm such a child. An honest farmer had once an ass that had been a faithful servant to him a great many years, but was now growing old and every day more and more unfit for work. Don't laugh at me, chat. Look, it caught me off guard. I've been here for like 2 hours, okay? Chat, please. Anyways, his master therefore was tired of keeping him and began to think of putting an end to him. But the ass, who saw that some mischief was in the wind, took himself slyly off and began his journey towards the great city. For there, thought he, I may turn musician. Guys, this is gonna be a tough read. After he had traveled a little way, he spied a dog lying by the roadside and panting as if he were tired. What makes you pant so, my friend? Said the ass. Alas, said the dog, my master was going to knock me on the head, because I am old and weak and can no longer make myself useful to him in hunting. So I ran away. But what can I do to earn my livelihood? Hark ye, said the ass. I am going to the great city to turn musician. Suppose you go with me and try what you can do in the same way. The dog said he was willing, and they jogged on together. They had not gone far before they saw a cat sitting in the middle of the road and making a most rueful face. Pray, my good lady, said the ass, what's the matter with you? You look quite out of spirits. Ah, me, said the cat. How can one be in good spirits when one's life is in danger? Because I am beginning to grow old and had rather lie at my ease by the fire than run about the house after the mice. My mistress laid hold of me and was going to drown me. And though I have been lucky enough to get away from her, I do not know what I am to live upon. Oh, said the ass, by all means go with us to the great city. You are a good night singer, and may make your fortune as a musician. The cat was pleased with the thought and joined the party. Soon afterwards, as they were passing by a farmyard, they saw a cock perched upon a gate. Guys, come on. Are you serious? They saw a cock They saw a cock perched upon a gate, screaming out with all his might and main. Bravo, said the ass. Upon my cock and ass. Guys, cock and ass. Really, can you just can you give me like 2 minutes here? Cock and ass. How many times? Like I just don't I don't get it. I don't get it anymore. Why is this happening to me? Dude, I am reading aloud a conversation between a cock and an ass. Like, what am I? Like, we have to commit. Chat, we have to commit. I have to keep going. Keeps knocking me off guard. I know. Like, I'm already like juggling the whole ass situation. I gotta lock in. Now we got cock and ass. Like, you can't have shit here, apparently. 90-second ad break. That's okay, and I'll break it. You're a sub, so. Oh yeah. Okay. Soon afterwards, as they were passing by a farmyard, they saw a cock perched upon a gate and screaming out with all his might and main. Bravo, said the ass. Upon my word, you make a famous noise. Pray, what is all this about? Why, said the cock, I was just now saying that we should have fine weather for our washing day, and yet my mistress and the cook don't thank me for my pains, but threaten to cut off my head tomorrow and make broth of me for the guests that are coming on Sunday. Heaven forbid, said the ass. Come with us, Master Chanticleer. It will be better, at any rate, than staying here to have your head cut off. Besides, who knows? We care to sing in tune, we may get up some kind of a concert, so come along with us. With all my heart, said the cock. So, they all four went on jollily together. They could not, however, reach the great city the first day, so when night came on, they went into a wood to sleep. The ass and the dog laid themselves down under a great tree, and the cat climbed up into the branches, while the cock, thinking that the higher he sat, the safer he should be, flew up to the very top of the tree, and then, according to his custom, before he went to sleep, looked out on all sides of him to see that everything was well. Chat, please. Chat, I'm trying, okay, chat. In doing this, he saw afar off something bright and shining, and calling to his companions, said, There must be a house no great way off, for I see a light. If that be the case, said the ass, We had better change our quarters, for our lodging is not the best in the world. Besides, added the dog, I should not be the worse for a bone or two, or a bit of meat. So, they walked off together towards the spot where Chanticleer had seen the light, and as they drew near, it became larger and brighter, till they at last came close to a house in which a gang of robbers lived. The ass, being the tallest of the company, marched up to the window and peeped in. "Well, donkey," said Chanticleer, "what do you see?" "What do I see?" replied the ass. "Why, I see a table spread with all kinds of good things and robbers sitting around it making merry." "That would be a noble lodging for us," said the cock. "Yes," said the ass, "if we could only get in." So they consulted together how they should contrive to get the robbers out, and at last they hit upon a plan. The ass placed himself upright on his hind legs, with his forefeet resting against the window. The dog got upon his back, the cat scrambled up to the dog's shoulders, and the cock flew up and sat upon the cat's head. When all was ready, a signal was given, and they began their music. The ass brayed, the dog barked, the cat mewed, and the cock screamed. And then they all broke through the window at once and came tumbling into the room amongst the broken glass with a most hideous clatter. The robbers, who had been not a little frightened by the opening concert, had now no doubt that some frightful hobgoblin had broken in upon them and scampered away as fast as they could. The coast once clear, our travelers soon sat down and dispatched what the robbers had left with as much eagerness as if they had not expected to eat again for a month. As soon as they had satisfied themselves, they put out the lights, and each once more sought out a resting place to his own liking. The donkey laid himself down upon a heap of straw in the yard. The dog stretched himself upon a mat behind the door. The cat rolled herself up on the hearth before the warm ashes, and the cock perched upon a beam on the top of the house. And as they were all rather tired with their journey, they soon fell asleep. But about midnight, when the robbers saw from afar that the lights were out and that all seemed quiet, they began to think that they had been in too great a hurry to run away. And one of them, who was bolder than the rest, went to see what was going on. Finding everything still, he marched into the kitchen and groped about till he found a match in order to light a candle. And then, espying the glittering, fiery eyes of the cat, he mistook them for live coals and held the match to them to light it. But the cat, not understanding this joke, sprang at his face and spat and scratched at him. This frightened him dreadfully, and away he ran to the back door. But there, the dog jumped up and bit him in the leg, and as soon as he was crossing over the yard, the ass kicked him, and the cock, who had been awakened by the noise, crowed with all his might. At this, the robber ran back as fast as he could to his comrades, and told the captain how a horrid witch had got into the house. You misheard that, yeah. And had spat at him and scratched his face with her long bony fingers, how a man with a knife in his hand had hidden himself behind the door and stabbed him in the leg, how a black monster stood in the yard and struck him with a club, and how the devil had sat upon the top of the house and cried out, "Throw the rascal up here." After this, the robbers never dared to go back to that house. But the musicians were so pleased with their quarters that they took up their abode there. And there they are, I dare say, at this very day. I'm so glad that story was short. I don't know how much of that I could handle, honestly. Like, I really don't. What a break, what a break. Absolutely no comment on that one. Look, I don't want to talk about how many times I had to, like, snicker I hear you slowly lose it. I know. I know. I know. That one was hard. That one was bad. That was difficult. Oh my god. Just a nice little bit of water. You didn't hear me just bang my water bottle against my shelf like that. That didn't happen. Well, we've hit the 2-hour mark. Things are looking chill. Very chill. Very chill. I wonder. I wonder what we should do. Okay, outside of like the whole story, right? Outside of that whole fiasco, this has been chill. The vibes are sort of immaculate. I wouldn't be so opposed to keep going. At least for a little longer. That and... I don't know. I do have a stream scheduled for tomorrow too. I don't know exactly what I'm doing for tomorrow. We're gonna take a small break from Elden Ring here. I'm gonna talk to you guys for a little bit. I'm gonna take a little small break from Elden Ring for now, just cause my controller is definitely a little funky. I don't know what's going on with it. I'm gonna have to check that out later. I'm modeling your little guy. Oh, really? Tiny little blue model. That's awesome. It's so cool having like creative people in your community, you know? It's cool as hell. Shit's pretty damn cool. It's nice being a creative, but honestly, sometimes it takes so much out of you to create, if that makes sense. There's so much that like life demands of you. It's hard to find the time. Should I send a pic in Discord? Need some feedback. I don't know how much feedback I could possibly give you. You're the expert here when it comes to the 3D modeling stuff, but you're always more than welcome to share. No, yeah. Worst part of that is going through art block. Real. It's different for everybody. I know there are a lot of musicians and creatives and artists who are very technical about their process, and they have systems and all of that. But I think for a lot of us, myself included, like as much as like I have developed technical skill in a lot of different mediums, at the end of the day, like the creative process is still purely like creative to me. I find it hard to sit down and create when I'm asked to. Like creation is something that comes to me, you know, which is annoying in its own way, because half the time it's like you're halfway through a shower and you're getting ready to go to bed and you're like, I gotta make something now. Like I can feel it in my bones. I'm that way, especially with music. I don't feel it so much with like art, for example, or video editing. But when it comes to music, it's always been like, I don't know what it is, but like I need it to like come to me, you know? You get so busy in your life, you get so worried about things, you get so caught up in everything else that it's hard to make time to like have that silence in your head for things to like come to you that way, you know? When I'm asked, it's easy, but when it's me alone, it's just pure art block or idea block. Yeah. I know a few people who I think have similar problems. I don't think... I don't know, actually. I think it's a little different for everybody. We all have our own, like, you know, deeply unique experience when it comes to being creative. It's what you make of it. But I think I know people with similar struggles. Let's put it at that. Okay, let's, yeah, you clipped the chapter for a moment. Nice. That's funny. Low key, there should be a job where you message people on a list to ask how their stuff is going. What do you mean? Like sort of like a hired motivator? Stop people from like procrastinating on creative projects, or what do you mean by that? What are we talking about? Like you're hired to check up on people and their projects? Yeah, like a little accountability goblin. Like a little, like a schedule slave. Would love that. Yeah. No, that's real. For some people, that's what some friends are, you know? I think it's good to have a friend like that. Not one that nags you, but one that keeps you accountable, you know? When you talk about your life, or your projects, or anything that you aspire to do, or you're in the middle of doing, they don't push you to finish anything, but they do push you to be what you aspire to be, as you've told them. I think it's important to have people like that in your life. Holy shit, it is Akashi. Hello, hello, welcome, welcome, how are you? How are things? Also, welcome in, welcome in. We got new backgrounds, we got some mood lighting. We're chilling here. Nice little Monday stream. Suffering in League? Oh my god. Oh, League of Legends. How's that going? Summoner's Rift or ARAM? How much are we suffering right now? I remember when I had some friends who asked to play League with me, and I knew them for a long time, so I said yes. I remember actually sort of enjoying playing Zoe. I thought Zoe was super fun when I played. Trying to get back to League, you're not gonna believe this, Akashi. I don't know if I've ever told you this. I kept claiming the Amazon Prime capsules back when that was a thing. I think they discontinued them, right? I claimed those for years. Like, I stopped playing, but whenever it showed up, I would just claim it because I was like, oh, yeah, it's free money. I have enough RP in my account right now, last I checked, to like just like buy the most expensive skin outside of the whole like Faker fiasco. Like, I know they're like $500 skins now, I'm not talking about those. But I have like a lot of fucking money in that game, like free money that I've amassed over years of not playing. You know what it means? Time to play again. Oh my god. Who is making you play League, Akashi? I know Hime plays. Hime and Zesty. Myself, I love League. Wow, really? Are you like solo queuing League? Are you like, not to be, but like, you know what I mean though. Like that's like sort of crazy. Are we actually solo queuing League? Holy shit. Oh my god. Actual insanity. Oh, but yeah, you caught us at a good time actually. I'm reading stories. In between stories, I'm just talking with people and vibing out and hanging, and you know how it is. Most of the time it's ARAMs. Honestly, I can't knock anybody who enjoys ARAMs. I think ARAMs are chill. Summoner's Rift though, when you're just you can see the end of the game 5 minutes in and then you play it out for the next 30 minutes, that's tough. But yeah, be well, Akashi. Thank you for the lurk. Thank you. Hope you're good, man. Hope you're good. Good luck with League. Oh my god. Holy shit, League. Yeah, let's do a little encore. Let's cleanse our palate from this whole thing, huh? Okay. At least one more story. At least one more. Chapter 5. Old Sultan. A shepherd had a faithful dog called Sultan, who was grown very old and had lost all his teeth. And one day, when the shepherd and his wife were standing together before the house, the shepherd said, "I will shoot old Sultan tomorrow morning, for he is of no use now." But his wife said, "Pray, let the poor faithful creature live. He has served us well a great many years, and we ought to give him a livelihood for the rest of his days." "But what can we do with him?" said the shepherd. "He has not a tooth in his head. The thieves don't care for him at all. To be sure, he has served us, but then he did it to earn his livelihood. Tomorrow shall be his last day, depend upon it." Poor Sultan, who was lying close by them, heard all that the shepherd and his wife said to one another, and was very much frightened to think tomorrow would be his last day. So, in the evening, he went to his good friend the wolf, who lived in the wood, and told him all his sorrows and how his master meant to kill him in the morning. "Make yourself easy," said the wolf. "I will give you some good advice. Your master, you know, goes out every morning very early with his wife into the field, and they take their little child with them and lay it down behind the hedge in the shade while they are at work. Now, do you lie down close by the child and pretend to be watching it, and I will come out of the wood and run away with it. You must run after me as fast as you can, and I will let it drop. Then you may carry it back, and they will think you have saved their child and will be so thankful to you that they will take care of you as long as you live." The dog liked this plan very well, and accordingly so it was managed. The wolf ran with the child a little way. The shepherd and his wife screamed out, but Sultan soon overtook him and carried the poor little thing back to his master and mistress. Then the shepherd patted him on the head and said, "Old Sultan has saved our child from the wolf, and therefore he shall live and be well taken care of, and have plenty to eat. Wife, go home and give him a good dinner, and let him have my old cushion to sleep on as long as he lives." So, from this time forward, Sultan had all that he could wish for. Soon afterwards, the wolf came and wished him joy and said, "Now, my good fellow, you must tell no tales, but turn your head the other way when I want to taste one of the old shepherd's fine fat sheep." "No," said the Sultan, "I will be true to my master." However, the wolf thought he was in joke, and came one night to get a dainty morsel. But Sultan had told his master what the wolf meant to do, so he laid wait for him behind the barn door, and when the wolf was busy looking out for a good fat sheep, he had a stout cudgel laid about his back that combed his locks for him finely. Then the wolf was very angry, and called Sultan an old rogue, and swore he would have his revenge. So, next morning the wolf sent the boar to challenge Sultan to come into the wood to fight the matter. Now, Sultan had nobody he could ask to be his second, but the shepherd's old three-legged cat. So he took her with him, and as the poor thing limped along with some trouble, she stuck up her tail straight in the air. The wolf and the wild boar were first on the ground, and when they espied their enemies coming, and saw the cat's long tail standing straight in the air, they thought she was carrying a sword for Sultan to fight with. And every time she limped, they thought she was picking up a stone to throw at them, so they said they should not like this way of fighting, and the boar lay down behind a bush, and the wolf jumped up into a tree. Sultan and the cat soon came up, and looked about and wondered that no one was there. The boar, however, had not quite hidden himself, for his ears stuck out of the bush, and when he shook one of them a little, the cat, seeing something move and thinking it was a mouse, sprang upon it, and bit and scratched it so that the boar jumped up and grunted and ran away, roaring out, "Look up in the tree, there sits the one who is to blame." So they looked up, and espied the wolf sitting amongst the branches. They called him a cowardly rascal, and would not suffer him to come down till he was heartily ashamed of himself, and had promised to be good friends again with old Sultan. The end. Oh, these are short. Oh, it's 2 pages. Again, not like a super messed up one. Not at all, not at all. Well, chat, it is 11:30. Slow night tonight. Nice and chill. Good for a Monday, I think. Good for a Monday. We are going to call it there for tonight. It's been a good 2.5 hours. Not a super big stream, especially because I almost fell asleep. Yeah. Almost. Well, if you're that close to falling asleep, it's time to get some shut-eye. Nice and early. I'm turning y'all into morning people. You know? But yeah. I think what I'm gonna do is I might actually take these VODs and I might start uploading them to a VOD channel. I think that's something I should have been doing already, but I don't know, I guess I just haven't really found much of a time to do so, you know? But yeah, nice little 2.5 hour stint, yeah? Yeah. Yeah, well, let's see. See you guys tomorrow for God knows what. Something. A game. A game. I'm limiting this whole cozy ASMR stream thing to like once a week. We'll go and we'll play something. We'll play something tomorrow. Be a little higher energy, hopefully. Maybe we don't have to be, but you know. I'm very, very dead inside. I'm very, very spent, so I'm actually not gonna raid. I'm gonna call it a night tonight, you know? Alright, well, I hope you're well, chat. If you're feeling sleepy, I hope you get some rest. I hope this helped. If you were planning on sleeping, maybe this has gotten you in a good headspace for that. Well, until next time, I say, as if I won't see you within the next 24 hours, be well, have a great night, or rest of your day, or whatever it is. I know at least one of you, it's like 8 in the morning or something last I was told. But yes, good night. Good night, good night. Be well. Where's my end stream button? There we go.